What's up, guys? Mega Bleeder here with our final episode of All the Mods 1. Let me get you caught up on what we did in between episodes. I tore down our reborn storage multi-block because it was causing a whole lot of lag. We set up a faster furnace. It's super fast. I stood at our blood altar for a long time with the acceleration wand making slates. With all of those slates, we set up auto crafting for blank runes and tanks to be able to make our tier 16 blood tank. We need this for our creative fluid storage block. I also set up some automations with applied energistics because to be able to create all of those slates, we needed a lot of stone. I used the miner for that. And we dug out a huge area. Everything got trash canned except for the stone, but this is the aftermath of us collecting all of the stone that we needed for our blood magic tier 16 tank. The reason I needed applied energistics automation is to be able to create the creative storage upgrade for near infinite storage. This takes a 64k ME storage component and a 64k storage part, both from refined storage and applied energistics. We needed this to be able to store enough stone in one go to be able to craft all of our slates and all of our runes. As you can see, I did craft up all of the Draconic armor sets. These were pretty simple. Just take some Awakened Draconium and the Wyvern equivalents of the previous tier. I also upgraded them, so if I hold control, you can see that we are completely upgraded other than the movement speed on the leggings and the jump boost on the boots. Now we don't need the jump boost, but we are going to do the movement speed. Let me show you how we do that. So to upgrade the armor, you need to put one of these keys in, and then you just need to load the items in that we use to upgrade it. And then we're going to put, I'm using movement speed, so that goes on the leggings. That goes in here, and then it gets upgraded. Each time with more expensive resources. Using a keybind, we can modify these to be able to make it go really fast and then turn boost on sprint on. So we're moving around normal speed. And then we can also move really super fast. Way too fast. This is helpful for flying. When we need to fly really fast, we're going to need to be able to fly really fast so we can go to the Chaos Islands in the end to be able to get these Chaos Shards. And we're going to have to use our Draconic armor and our upgraded Draconic bow to be able to fight the Chaos Dragon. One thing is definitely for certain, fighting the Chaos Dragon, you need a lot of power. So I set up the Draconic Evolution Energy Infuser and an Ender Chest so I would be able to quickly swap out my capacitors. Now this one is fully upgraded and contains 640 million RF. This is just a basic one. I did not upgrade this one. You could upgrade it using the RF capacity key. I already did that with my other one, so I think it's going to be totally fine. So during the fight, we'll be shooting, and we can see our capacitor is going to drain, and we can simply just swap it out. Go back to our firing. Go back to our firing. It will get charged from the capacitor, and then we can just swap them back out again. That way we hopefully will not die to our Chaos Guardian. I also slightly modified our Botania area here. We have a cow being milked to be able to make Kekamiris directly instead of using the crystal because it was just a little bit slow. Also, I dug out a basement so we can have some mass mana storage down here. I hope that this is enough to be able to create our creative controller, our creative storage block, and our creative fluid storage block. These are our really true 3 endgame items. To be able to create these, we're going to need a total of 9 creative controllers. So we're going to need a lot of these chaotic cores, which, as I said earlier, take the Chaos Shard from the Chaos Guardian. To get to the Chaos Guardian, we have to go to the end and fly 10,000 blocks in one direction. So that's where this 800% speed boost comes in. Once we're out here, 10,000 blocks out, we have to fight the Chaos Guardian. Much like the normal dragon, he does have some crystals that protect him, and the volume here does get pretty crazy. So I'm going to turn it down really low. But just like the normal dragon, we can see there are some crystals that we cannot do damage to the dragon until we destroy. And we took a lot of damage there. Luckily we survived. These are passers did take a really big hit. I have to try and keep moving during this fight. My movement is not working fully the way it should be. And there we have it. He's dead. The game is crazy loud. All we have to do is dig down here. Down here, we find this Chaos Crystal. Once we destroy this Chaos Crystal, it will create a huge explosion that will completely annihilate this entire island. So let's do it. We got 5 Chaos Shards. So we can see here, what's going to happen is this whole entire place is going to be destroyed in a draconic explosion. We need to get really far away. I'm not sure if this is kind of the outer limit of it, but I know that it's a huge explosion. I think it takes maybe 2 minutes or so before it finally explodes. But now that we have our chaos shards, we can use these to be able to make our chaotic cores. These are what we use to be able to create our creative mill and also our creative controller, and then our storage block and our creative fluid storage block. So we're going to actually probably going to need to kill at least one more Chaos Guardian. So I'll end up doing that off camera now. And we can see it's slowly just deleting the terrain and the blast radius. Pretty cool. But I'm going to head out to our next island and kill the next Chaos Guardian. That was quite the task. The Chaos Guardian in this is particularly difficult because for some reason the Draconic leggings, the speed modifier doesn't want to work. So being able to move around quickly around in that fight is kind of challenging. But what we are going to do is take these guys and they are going to be used like this to make the Chaotic Core. So 4 Awakened Draconium and 4 Awakened Cores. And these go in a 8-slot modifier here, or an 8-slot infusion factory here, which would be this guy. So that will go in here, and I believe we might have to sell filters for that. But let's say we need chaotic cores, and we are not going to make the creative mill, but we do need 4 for the so we're actually going to need a lot more. Okay, so the creative controller, we need 4 controllers for the creative storage and 4 for the creative fluid storage, which means after we get the creative controller with our first 4, we'll have to get a whole lot more. So maybe I'll try and play around and see if I can figure out a way to get the speed modifier to work on the leggings. But let's craft 4 of these. Let's start with just 1. Oh, missing the chaotic shards. That's correct. Let's start with just 1 because I believe we're going to need to set filters. Let's take these out. I do need my Sojourner stash. I thought this was affecting our speed, but I don't think that was the case. So after that crafts, it should place some items in here after it gets these crafted up. Alright, so we have our first chaotic core. We need to craft 3 more of these. Oh, we're missing nether stars, so we need to turn our wither spawner back on. That's crazy. I didn't realize this. I mean, I thought 500 nether stars were going to be enough to last pretty much forever. Okay, so we got our 4 chaotic cores crafted. We need a draconic flux capacitor, an ultimate induction cell, an ultimate energy cube, a vibrant capacitor, and those need to be filled up, and we're going to need quite a bit of mana. So let's just see how much it's going to take. Apparently that red X there, I don't show. Oh, okay, so it is charging up. It looks like it's just going to take a while. We can see this box here. The creative controller, the image for the creative controller has a small dial that's going to go across, so it's going to take a little while to fill up. But I think what I can do is make a better mana spreader. We should be able to make a Gaia mana spreader. And then we will also need a Dragonstone to be able to make a Gaia mana spreader. And this should be quite a bit faster. And I think I can move this lever. This was here to turn off the ranged collector. And then if we connect this to here, it's going to use up mana faster, and it's pulling that mana from this pool down here. So it's going a little bit faster, and I'll come back when it's done. And here we are. Our creative controller. Sweet. So we can use this to obviously power our refined storage system, but I mean, we kind of have unlimited power. I would say maybe it's like infinite. I mean, 94%. I haven't had the reactor on in a while, and we have been just fine on our power reserve. So I guess the question is, Do you guys want to actually see the creative storage block and the creative fluid storage block? Because it's just going to be some more crafting. What I can say is that we do have the quantum tank, the blood tank, tier 16. We can also make the pressurized tank. And then what's the last one we need? The pressurized fluid tank. So crafting these guys, these are the 4 that we need to be able to craft the creative fluid storage block. And then the other one is the large storage crate, which I believe I almost have all of the void crystals for. We need 1 more of these. The crystal chest, we can craft this, that's no problem. So crystal chest, the creative, this guy, we can craft this. Our large storage crate, no big deal here. The creative storage upgrade is crafting now. And then the last thing that we would need is the octuple compressed cobblestone, which is a lot of blocks, but it's not something that would be impossible to get. What I would end up doing actually is setting up the miner, the builder in the deep dark, because the deep dark is like all cobblestone. So what I would really like, this, as far as I'm concerned, is going to be our finale video. We did get the creative controller, and this is what we need to be able to create our other 2 creative items. But the issue is the Chaos Guardian is a bit of a pain to take out. So the creative mill, creative controller, storage block, fluid storage block, we might have enough to make the mill. Let's see. The creative mill takes the fused dragon egg mill, which is something that we can do. I'm not sure how the imbuing station works, and then we just need another chaotic core. So let's see if we can craft one of these. We can. I'm going to go see how the infusion thing works from Actually Additions. I believe it's Actually Additions. Extra utilities. I'm going to go see how this works, and I'll be back with some more information there. So the imbuing station, you just put the items in. So we've got 8 nether stars, 8 dragon's breath, 8 dragon's eggs, and the dragon egg mill making the fused dragon egg mill. I'm not sure what this does. Maybe it works a lot better, but it will let us create the creative mill. So we're going to let this guy run, and we could probably use our acceleration wand to speed it up. Yep, there we go. So we'll put this guy back in here. And apparently they don't stack. Okay, so that voided that voided those out. All right, I'm going to grab some more. Which isn't too big of a big deal. We can make the dragon egg mills. We have plenty of stars. So we will just do them one at a time like this. And I am going to use the acceleration wand. Okay, so here's our fused dragon egg mill. And these guys and another chaotic core makes our creative mill. Cool. This guy is going to create a bunch of the grid power, and it creates 10,000 grid power. So we are super good there. No worries there. Now this cannot be picked up because it's a creative item only. So we can't move it. So that's actually its permanent home right there. But like I said, this guy is all done. We could use these to upgrade our armor, but we really don't have any need for that. So yeah, let me know if you want. I'll create the other ones. But I think this is going to wrap it up for this series. We got through everything that we wanted to get through. We've got our creative grid power. We've got our creative controller. The only thing that stopped us was the Chaos Guardian being very weird to fight. And each creative controller is going to take a Chaos Guardian. And then we also need a lot of creative controllers to be able to make this and this. So we'd have to fight something like 8 more Chaos Guardians, and each one takes like 15 minutes. So I don't necessarily want to go through that. So let me know what you guys think. And that is going to wrap up our All the Mods 1 playthrough. I had a ton of fun in this pack. I think I uploaded the first video January 22nd. So it's been like 7 months that I've been trying to play through this pack here and there between work and everything. So that was a lot of fun. Like I said, let me know if you guys want to see me create the other items. If not, I think we'll move on to a new series, and I would love to hear your comments down below on a series that you might want to see. Also, I would love it if you would like and subscribe to the channel, liking the video. But yeah, it doesn't have to be a new pack. It doesn't have to be an old pack. It definitely does not have to be an all the mods pack. I would like to play through all of them. That'll take a while, but I have some ideas of what I might want to play next. I might go ahead and start something next, and then if I get some suggestions on what to play, we'll kind of play it by ear from there. But I really appreciate everybody who stopped in to watch the video and the series, and I'm excited about what we're doing next. Thanks for dropping in.